The Where's My 40 Acres podcast is recorded in front of a ratchet studio audience.
Wow.
Hey.
Hey, remember when we were kids and that white girl, Amanda Johnson?
Samantha Bronson?
Her. Remember how she swore up and down that there was a sex scene at the end of Aladdin, and I knew there wasn't because I had fast-forwarded to the end of the tape and knew she was wrong?
Why are we talking about Aladdin and Little White Girls?
Because I was right then and I'm right now. My self-righteous ass coworkers acting like I'm leaving out all the Latino kids on purpose.
Why are you leaving out all Latino kids?
Didn't nobody say all?
You literally said all.
I know what I said and I didn't say all.
You could never admit when you were wrong.
Never say never, nigga. How about that? Stupid ass.
Yo, what's up, my niggas? You are listening to the Where's My 40 Acres podcast, and we are reviewing Insecure. This is season 2, episode 5. This was called what? Hella Shook. Hella Shook. And Hella Shook was directed, I had the name right here on my paper, directed by Tina Mabry and written by Ben Duggan. And let's see, my synopsis was Molly is hella gullible, Issa is hella Hoe-tation, Lawrence is hella bothered, and Daniel is hella fallen.
Broken.
Yeah, so I separated this into the... Huh?
I said Lawrence Hive is so broken.
I know. I abandoned Lawrence Hive after the second episode. Dry Hump was pretty much my out. I was like, okay, that's not what we do here on the good side. I'm out. But I was never Team Issa. So again, like I said, I am Team Kelly Chad. That's what I am. Those characters won't let me down. I just feel like they'll never let me down. Team Kelly Chad over here. But I broke this one up into the three main characters. Because that's the three main characters. That's essentially what happened this episode. We got to see each character either realizing something or growing in a certain direction. So we can start with Molly, because this is pretty much the most in-depth we've gotten with her character. Like, most personable is this episode. We get to see her mom and her pops. We got to see her family members. We got to see her brother. It's just a lot going on with this. And then we got to see her have a fucking breakdown. Right. So it opens up with her having a conversation with the dude. His name is Little Ray, right? Little Ray something. He's at the Chicago office.
Yes.
He is really...
They actually Lil Ray in the thing?
No, his actor name is Little Ray. I don't know his name is on the show.
Yeah, El Ray. I know El Ray.
I don't think they ever brought up. I don't think I remember them even saying his name.
The white lawyer did say his name, but I don't remember what she said. She did say his name though.
She did.
The first time they were talking, they were Skyping.
when they were talking over like Skype, right?
Yeah. The woman said his name. I'll let you. She said so and so go over, get Molly affiliated with so and so. But hell if I remember what the fuck his name was, because I do not at all.
So Lil Ray.
I'm just gonna go with his real name.
Yeah, that's his real name.
She's talking to him and he's talking about working in the Chicago office and how it's a little more diverse there. Maybe. And she's like, I put in too much work in this LA office. I'm not fucking leaving. Which to me is like where she's being stubborn at this point. Some places you just need to know when the ceiling is made of it's not made of glass, but stone. Like, you could try to progress in that company, but if they don't want her to be greater than she is, then she won't be. And if she's got the skill set and the potential clearly, and probably the clientele to uproot herself and move anywhere and be fine. And that's what old boy is just trying to tell her. Like, don't feel like you need to stay there because you put in work there.
Right.
Then he said, don't judge me. I got to pass. You got to feed me. I got to pass his body. He asked her for some Roscoe's chicken and waffles next time she come there. And she said she not going to be the only nigga on the plane with fried chicken. And what else? She said the LA office reminds me of why I went to Howard. Oh, that's what he said. The LA office reminds me of why I went to Howard. And she said she has to go sit in her car and listen to Solange. Or the office reminds her why she listens to Solange or some shit like that. Either way,
why she listens to,
she don't need to be in this office no more. Like these white boys, the good old boys ain't about to give her a leg up if they don't have to. You know, I hate the fact that black people have to be fucking amazing to get basic white people shit. Any white dude who's probably working as hard as she works in that office would have been almost probably partner status.
It's like, that happens all the time. But not only is because she's a black, she's black, but then and being a black woman, those two strikes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got to work triple as hard, and then it's just literally a little hop compared to if it was a white man, just like what you said. Oh, yeah, they'd be partner.
Yep. So we got a little bit of information about this, what was going on with her parents, and I essentially assumed it was just them renewing their vows. And that's exactly what it is. There is a vow renewal banquet that she is basically decorating and helping plan and put together. And she's like really into this because she really values, as an outsider, her parents' marriage. Like the morals they stand for, the tradition of it, how much they seem to still be in love, and it's cute that they're renewing their vows after so many years of being in this perfect traditional marriage. Yeah. She's talking to Issa about Daniel during this scene, and she refers to Daniel quoting Issa from season 1, or fucking with Issa, trolling Issa from season 1, saying, "Wasn't he the zit you had to pop? Or was it the rash you had to put ointment on?" Knowing damn well she said, "You were just the itch I needed to scratch."
Yep.
She had to go all out in that shit unnecessarily. Let's see. She meets up with Dro, and we get a bit more information on their background. That they're childhood friends. There's some old love and basketball shit, is what it seems like is going over here. And Dro wears little t-shirts. He wears little t-shirts.
I feel like when you're 6'8", though, you ain't got no choice
but to wear a little t-shirt.
Like, I mean, because like that little t-shirt is huge to everybody else.
I don't believe that. As a fat man,
but you're 6'8".
As a fat man, I can assure you, big and tall exists for a reason. And he's not even really big and tall. He little tall, so they got some shit in his size. He just on that skinny jeans for now. Like, he definitely is a Russell Westbrook fan, as far as I can tell. I'm just keeping it real. I understand his life. I get it. And he comes out and he lets her know, he's like, "It's cool. We was pretty drunk that night." He was like, "I wasn't that drunk." She's like, "That's just not how I see my life, Dro. You putting your dick in me when you're a married man." And Dro's like, "I understand. It would make things complicated." Which it would. Nigga, don't wait till you get married to try to fuck your best friend. That's not good.
Some people, when they get a little, can't hurt to try. That's some people's motto.
You only live one life. This shit right.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we're going to see next episode how this turns out, because, yeah. So they cut to Molly going to her parents' actual renewal banquet, and everybody setting up pre-gaming. And mom's, shout out to her mom. She said the wine, the champagne glasses, she got them from the little Mexican store, and they're probably full of lead.
Yeah.
Why?
The realist.
Why?
The realist.
Okay. She's still serving them. She's still serving people drinks and them shits though, so she don't care that much.
Yeah. I mean, she's making an observation.
Yeah, that wasn't enough to stop you from drinking out of them.
Yeah, she don't care that much.
Because lead line glass, like that's literally not. That's like the worst way you can get it. Where'd you get your lead from, man? Kool-Aid, lead line cups. Fuck everything up.
Oh but I'm still gonna give you this nice champagne in here because these glasses still are nice.
Bruh, you know they said the shit you get the Moscow mules in, them shits give you lead poisoning.
Really?
That's what that was on the news or something the other day. Them little 10 things might be giving you lead poisoning.
Because they're copper cups, but I think some of them weren't.
Came from the little Mexican store.
Copper.
Yeah,
Some of them came from the little Mexican store.
Some of them were the best quality because just a copper cup in itself, you're fine. Like most alcohol is distilled in copper and stuff like that, but. Ain't nobody like metallurgists? Yeah. Like they trying to save some money.
Right. So
these copper cups are $20 for 3. These ones are 2.
They're trying to save money, not save lives.
Pure versus plated. Like how you have real gold chains.
Yeah.
And then you have plated chains that give you.
You want no copper plated cup.
That shit that turn your neck green like Lisa Turtle. Yup.
Right.
That shit.
That makes me want to go to place that like, you know what? Can you just put my Moscow Mule in a glass?
Yep. I like it cold in a glass, please.
Because no majority of those like I can see like those really nice gastropubs. Like they're really like serious about their craft. Like those are probably like real copper. Mugs. But
you get a Moscow Mule for like $3. Like, yeah.
You going to fucking Applebee's and shit.
If you get a Moscow Mule for $3, that's not liquor. All right, so you just that is a Moscow Duel. That is a Moscow Trill. That is a Moscow Tool. You's a Moscow Fool. Okay, don't drink that.
Yeah, Moscow Fool.
Don't drink that.
That's what you should call them. Yeah, like if you go into the hood spots and they talk about, we got Moscow Mules now. No, y'all don't.
No, you don't. Y'all got some Moscow stools, maybe.
I was gonna say y'all got a shipment of cheap copper cups.
Well, I thought you meant a stool. I thought you said a stool with some Moscow fur on it. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I wasn't talking about nothing I drank. So Molly, in her desperation, has invited Sterling K. Brown back out. I'm using his real name. I don't care what his show name is.
It's Lionel.
Okay, sure.
That nigga doesn't have a show name.
He's Sterling K. As far as I'm concerned. That's KB.
Call him Sterling. Let's call him Sterling.
Sterling. So, or Sterlino. Either way, she invited Sterling back to be her date. And can we just admit he clearly gives her cotton mouth. So I don't know why she keeps dealing with him. She don't even know what he do. Like, why is Lionel? Why? And then when Lionel sees Dro, he clearly got, despite him being in the best black man shape you can probably be in, he still has like height issues. And when he sees Dro, he changes from Lionel the marketing consultant, not Lionel the mortgage broker, to Lionel the territorial man with the firm arm grip and side pug.
I mean, that nigga came up with a dapper 6'8" though. Like,
he's so tall.
You ain't ready for 6'8" till you look at it.
Bruh, he spread his fingers out all up and down her arm. Like he was trying to clutch as much of her as he could. So Dro couldn't whisk her away on his broom stick.
Insecure.
Very.
Boom.
Very. Let's see. When they talk about where is Candace, Dro's wife, Candace is at a bachelorette party in Cabo. So you know she getting some dick. Like if he's doing this at home, can you imagine what she doing in Cabo, nigga? She gonna bring back some whole new disease. Like she's just freedom riding. She good.
Not freedom riding. Wow.
Yeah, she's freedom riding. Why Curtis, her brother, is that her brother or her brother's friend? Like, what is Curtis?
I thought both of them were her brothers.
Both of them are her brothers. Okay. Cause he kept talking about her brother like it wasn't his brother. When he was like, I'm gonna beat your brother. He said, I'm gonna kill your brother. I'm like, but they did your brother?
I mean, but think about sometimes family does that when they do something stupid like that's your brother.
True.
That's your. That ain't mine. That's your.
Cause he kept referring to that brother as her brother. Every scene when he mentioned that nigga, he said, "Yo, brother."
Yeah, stupid, like that's your brother. Yeah.
There's been plenty of times my mom looked at my dad and be like, "That's your son."
That's your. Oh yeah, mom.
That's your. That's your son.
That nigga today. Yeah, my mama's done that too.
And Curtis hit her with that real nigga commentary. If you ain't feeling this nigga, then why you with him? Why you bring him to the family cookout, to the
Yeah,
renewal?
'cause, I mean, he could
ceremony?
be a nice dude. There could be nothing wrong with him. You just ain't feeling them.
Well, we know
Y'all just don't click.
we know he don't like drama, because as soon as she found out that her father cheated on her mother
Oh,
from talking to her drunk Aunt Kiki, we all got an Aunt Kiki who can't hold her
that's
liquor or her
spill
secret.
all the tea. She
Everything.
spilled all of it.
Everything. Didn't care. Knowing she looking dead at her niece. Didn't
Not
give a
at the
fuck.
renewal ceremony, not at the vow renewal ceremony though, Kiki. And why everybody gotta have 3 aunts that stick together at every family function like Poetic Justice? Why? Why is always 3 aunts? And Kiki was like, what was that wench's name again? As they whisked her away.
No, she's like, girl, come on. No, he put my sister through like she
hell.
about to get it.
He said he put her
Yeah,
through hell.
You gotta take that ripple from her.
And then she said,
Right.
what was
Just had
that?
it.
What
At
was
the
that
anniversary
wench's name
party, all of
again?
this is going on.
Oh my God. So now Molly like, the fuck? She go in, she talked to Curtis. Curtis tells her the deal that dad stepped out on moms years ago. That she didn't know. I think he even said it might have been before Molly was born. Like I can't remember if he said that or not. Maybe she was just mad young. Either way, she did not fucking
Yeah, she might have
remember.
been younger. The other brothers knew.
I don't think the younger brother knew. But he wasn't really big in his plot anyway. He was just kind of annoying backgroundness. So when she finds out, she really stepped out of pocket on this one. Like, I understand you being
upset.
Your relationship with your parents as a child and their relationship as lovers are kind of, I don't want to say they're completely mutually exclusive, but that's not your territory as a child. To in my opinion, to just step in between, right? Like, they've been married together longer than probably you've been on this earth.
And the thing that, it'd be one thing if that caused, this heartache or just something traumatic, in your life because of it. But these were 2 adults. This happened, and your mom made a choice. And they decided to, work it out. And here we are, fast forward to the present. Like, the way she was acting, I thought was absolutely unacceptable.
I mean, she made a choice that contributed to the way you were brought up that seemed to be very plush and that you appreciated. You didn't have any ill growing up, it seems. They, as 2 parents who were able to work through whatever incident happened, who were able to work through the infidelity, were able to provide you with a life where that infidelity did not hang over their marriage and ultimately fuck up your child rearing.
Yeah, you need the beginning of the next episode need to be her going back and be like, I apologize, I'm sorry.
Right.
Like, you understand where she's coming from, because everybody looks at their parents and their family as perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember looking at my family and, like, I remember being in high school and people talking about people having divorce, and I was like, oh, that never happened in my family. Nobody's ever done that. So, you know what I mean? And then as I got older, then I started to be more privy to things, and I noticed that things that people did or things that people said didn't match. And then I'd be like, oh, so this happened to them? And they'd be like, yeah. And I said, and then it started clicking, like, that's why they were acting like that 10 years ago.
Bro, your
But it was
parents had a
stuff as a
whole
little
life
kid
before you.
I didn't know nothing about. I saw an idealized version of them, and if they weren't yelling, screaming in front of you, you assumed everything was good.
But even if they do fight in front of you as a child, you're just like, that's what you know. Like, as a child, you're just kind of like, oh, they fight all the time. That ain't no thing. They still together. They'll be together forever. But once you really don't start seeing the dynamics of, like, how burdening a relationship is until you're in one. And then that changes your true focus of how you see that. It changes your perception, not your focus. It changes your perception of relationships. So when I was 19, yeah, if I seen my parents like arguing or debating over some shit and it gets a bit heated, I might step in and be like, oh, everybody need to calm down. Like, what's, this is, we family. We not supposed to be doing this. At fucking 33, 32, if I see that, I'm like, man, they've been married for 30 years. I mean, I ain't about to step in the middle of that shit. Long as ain't nobody choking nobody, trying to kill nobody.
Ain't nobody got crazy.
That's some normal relationship shit that they doing right there. Right? And if that
how
results,
long ago it happened, my God.
Yeah, and if that results in them getting separated or not being realizing they don't need to be together, that is their decision as an adult. Like, I understand how hard it is to be in a relationship. I do. Like, and that's their decision to make as, not just my parents, but as people, as individuals, lovers in a relationship. Like, you can't treat them differently. I understand that you see them differently because they're your parents. I understand that. But as a fucking adult too, you should well understand, the burden of partnership. It is
just like,
constant work.
Her whole thing was, and I'm hoping that as the season goes on, she'll see this as a relief, maybe going and talking to her mom and stuff, because her whole thing was measuring all these relationships to something like her parents,
which she thought was perfect,
and seeing and then thinking that something is wrong with her. I can't find this. Why can't I find this? The guys that they aren't like that, or I'm just broken and stuff. There should, as she works through this, hopefully that there'll be some relief. They'd be like, cool, relationships they're not that. We are two flawed people. And it always happens like this, and all we do is we try to make the best decision we can at that moment, and we try to work them out the best way we can. And maybe you'll see her taking these steps in the next couple episodes.
If she does that'll be cool. But I think this episode in general should give people, or should lean people towards a more realistic definition of a perfect marriage. Like, I'm not going to say there's no such thing as a perfect marriage. The definition that y'all have of what a perfect marriage is not a perfect marriage. Yeah. Like, a perfect marriage is one that through the trials and the tribulations is strong enough to hold its bond. That's a perfect marriage. We've been married for 50 years. That's a perfect marriage. Yeah, not we've been married for 50 years and it's been... Yeah, not that we've been married for 50 years and we ain't never had a problem. We ain't never had an argument. We ain't never fought about anything.
Y'all ain't that close. The people the people in your life that you've never had arguments with, y'all ain't that close.
Hell nah. You ain't. Like, I don't never believe that shit when we don't never argue, we don't never fight. Nah, homie. No, not unless y'all robots. That ain't no way, bruh. Like, you can have a perfect marriage. If the perfect marriage got some fighting in it.
People.
The perfect marriage got some fucking fighting in it. Like, if it ain't a roller coaster, what the fuck? That's boring. We don't never fight. We don't never argue. That's a boring ass marriage.
It just is not natural.
You ain't never had a friend you ain't never fought with. That's bullshit. People,
you are two different minds. You're going to have things you disagree with. You just are. Some of my biggest fights have started over a small prompt or something on TV or something. You know what I mean? Well, man, I understand their side. What you mean you understand their side? So you just be doing like, nah, I ain't saying all that. I'm just saying I understand where they come from. See, you in an argument or something. You know what I mean?
Men are trash. Wait, what?
But you get, the thing is, like, you respect each other's opinion.
Yeah.
You respect each other's right to make that opinion.
Yep.
You argue, but you never get mean. Like, I've never gotten mean with my girl to the point where I'm calling her names, bringing out stuff about her family or her parents, stuff like that. We'll get heated. Yeah, but we just never get to that point where now you're just being cruel. But like,
I don't understand.
Like, if you ain't never argued, y'all don't know each other. I argue my close friends I've argued with, family members I've argued with. If I care about you to a certain level,
we've argued.
We have argued at some point.
That's just real shit. I just don't. So this whole her, assumption of a perfect marriage and having that list, it's so weird, right? Because that's why she wasn't feeling Sterling last episode, because she felt like a check off his list. Yet she still got a fucking list that she using to judge basic shit in her life and decisions that she making about moving forward in her future and future dudes, to the point now where she basically tore up her list at the end of this episode. And because of that, she fucked Dro. Like, Dro knew what he was doing, bro. Like, despite the fact that Sterling was being a bitch because he don't want no drama, as soon as Lionel saw that Molly had an ounce of fucking drama, he was like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to deal with that. And if you listen to him, because I had, like I said, I listen to these episodes at work now. But if you listen to him when Dro is looking at him like, yo, you gonna go see if she all right? Dro's like, okay, dude, I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. And Lionel says, cool. He says, cool, because Aunt Kiki. And I was like, what? What does Aunt Kiki got to do with any of this? He just says, cool, because Aunt Kiki, and then it trails off. You can't really hear the full statement. But Dro drove her back to her spot, talking about, I'm going to take an Uber home. Nigga, you ain't had your phone out. You ain't had the app open. You ain't about to Uber nowhere.
No.
About to Uber up to her bedroom, nigga. Get the fuck out of here.
He drove her car back, right?
He drove her car, to her house. He drove her to her house in her car.
In her car, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Only lifting he gonna be doing is in her bedroom. Like, I don't know why he was acting like he was about to, like, take a taxi or some shit back to the crib. Fuck out of here, Dro. So, recklessly and emotionally, Molly has gone against her own personal values. And now we'll see what the aftermath of this is episode, because Dro don't just want to fuck. Like, Dro really is fucking into her. And he married. That's his problem. And she into him. See. Yeah. All right,
it's
Molly.
Just messy.
Yeah.
Absolutely messy.
Messy Molly, dog. Messy Molly. This should be quick. Lawrence ain't got no furniture and he fucking pitiful. There you go. He ain't good enough to be a juror. Like, that's where Lawrence is at right now.
You can't sit there with your computer on a folding table looking through her Facebook pictures.
Why he got all the other chairs folded like he about to have company though, twice.
Remember when, who was that? Tang? That he, like, I guess he did like a selfie with the phone, and it was like,
yes, I know what you're talking about.
The back,
I remember.
It was like the fold up chairs,
yes.
And they dragged the fuck out of it.
Nigga was like he was living fancy, and niggas was like, what that in the background is? Selfie fail. Lawrence unfolded a picnic table, put it in where his kitchen supposed to be, and unfolded all the chairs and put them at the table as well, like niggas coming over to play spades. Get the fuck out of here. You don't need all the chairs open.
You can't be sitting here dragging a Jaguar with no furniture.
Nigga. I told you.
He went from on East's couch. No, he ain't had no furniture. He didn't take shit with him, right? All that shit is still in the apartment.
Took the couch.
Yep.
Right? He got a good job at the app place, right? So we like, okay, so we can sit there and assume that he's gotten the Jaguar since the job, right? You ain't got no furniture?
No, I don't think he got the Jaguar since the job.
I think
I think he been had it. Yeah.
Yeah, that car gave me, I had this car.
Yeah, it's not even a new Jaguar.
And Issa better than me, because 2 years of unemployment, you better sell that shit.
You was still paying. I'm hoping she won't paying on that shit.
I would just say, you better say, look, I know if I was sitting here broke, sitting there talking about I got a job, and I know I had a nice car outside, my girl was like, oh, we need to talk about you downgrading. Get somebody that we can't afford.
The boy just lost. The boy just lost and broken. Like any other nigga in his situation that felt like they was getting some freedom, nigga had a threesome or 2.5-some or 1.75-some.
1.75.
Yeah, I looked at it.
A bunch of girls have hit on him. He had Tasha, for Christ's sakes. Like,
I mean, he fucked up with Tasha.
he did, right? And he just moping around here like the world is just dealing him bad hands. And that just ain't the case. Nigga, you just stupid. You just stupid.
You just making poor choices.
You mad trash right now. And Chad was right. 2 bedrooms, one for you and one for your feelings, because you need to get this shit together. This is fucking pitiful, dude.
Poor choices is what Lawrence is making. And instead of acknowledging his poor choices, he is blaming it on other people. Or trying to find blame in other people.
Bro, was she cheating on me the whole time? Like, this nigga.
Yeah, like, what?
This nigga watched
like,
last week.
Stalking?
This motherfucker went to Google and found a clip of last week's episode with Issa and Daniel together at the bar, and now he's stalking niggas. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Nigga, no, you are, like, really. You are that. That's crazy. Like,
Pressed.
You are stalking somebody.
He's stalking Daniel, though. He's not even stalking.
That's what I'm saying. You are stalking is terrible, period.
I mean, legit, Issa did go to Tasha's job.
But yeah, you're stalking somebody that he, for what?
This is why him and Issa don't need to be together, but they do need to be together. Because, like, she went to Tasha's job after she stalked Tasha on Instagram and joked on her with her friends, and now he's stalking Daniel. I'm surprised this nigga ain't showing up at the studio with a lyrics book. Talking about he paid for studio time.
He probably worse.
Like, it's insane how unfree he looks with freedom. It's just sad. Like, juror. Now, shout out to juror number 9 trying to use that Black Lives Matter shirt to get dismissed, and the judge was like, I'm not falling for that.
So hard.
I'm not falling for that.
It. She was so hurt when she sat back down.
Damn. Now we haven't seen Derek probably since the first episode of this season, or maybe the last episode of last season.
I think it was the first. He's at the party, right? Yeah.
Is he at the party? He is at the party.
I think he was at the party where she when the wall got set on fire.
Maybe he is. I don't remember him being there.
He was?
I don't think he was. I don't think Derek was there.
I thought he there because I thought Issa's
No, you know what? He was there because they were joking on her about the wine she had. Before the niggas showed up with the weed.
I thought Issa's brother spoke to him when he did.
He came in. Then and see that. See. That's where the whole we think he gay shit, he bisexual shit came from, because
okay,
they was cool. The brother was like, I don't like the brother was cool with Amanda's Diva's character, and cool with Derek, but he wasn't cool with Kelly. Right, and that's why then when Amanda Diva's character at the art joint was talking about how Derek disappeared for a bunch of days and she found him at a hotel, and then she was like, I don't want to talk about it. I just don't want to talk about it. And
yes, I remember.
So to see him back this episode giving Lawrence advice was giving like
that real too.
I think it was good, right? Because we know that this dude fucked up before. So get him giving Lawrence advice. And it's shit that we have been arguing about since last season, that, Lawrence is to blame in his and Issa's relationship falling apart. And he even made it a point to say, what are you saying that, Issa's cheating is okay? And Derek straight up was like, no, definitely not. It's not okay. But I could see why she might have been attracted to a nigga that had some type of drive and was out there trying to do something.
When you in a relationship, there's very rarely that one thing you like, oh, this is the thing that happened, and the other side didn't play a part into it.
Right.
Usually both of y'all play a part in it. Isn't that? And he was looking at it like, I'm not blaming you. You need to understand so you can do better.
Yeah.
You're not innocent. Yeah, you got complacent.
You got to understand what you did that led to the thoughts, that led to the stuff all the way down here. Because the only thing in life you can control is yourself. Because if you sit here and do something like this again, you can get with somebody else and then lose somebody else and be like, well, why this pattern keep happening to me?
Homie not even with her, and his life is still in shambles. So is him. Common denominator.
That plus the fact of, you know, he's still having like these crazy theories and all this stuff about, like I said, did Issa cheat on me the entire time? Like, he's still trying to find ways and find things to say, okay, yeah, I'm still the innocent one out of all of this.
I mean, he tried to say she was slick. He tried to say she was slick, and Derek was like, Issa, slick? You seen her dance, right? Or even live?
Like, live life. Yeah, and I can understand that being your first, like, that being like that base reaction was all this like that. But then you gotta come, then like Derek was there, like you said, breaking them down, like, yeah, I understand you say that, but look, here's what really happened. Here's what it was. And you got to either accept it for what it was and move on, because you can't go back.
Nah.
Yeah,
like,
and
that's where you at.
Even if they get back together, it's a new normal.
And I can even see, like, you know, in the beginning parts, like, oh, you know, she cheated. And then you start thinking, well, you know, was she cheating on me the whole time? Like, those ideas definitely come up. But, I mean, you know, the fact that, you know, it started from you stalking the girl on Instagram, and then you see a picture, and then you start looking at homeboy's pictures, and then you start, then all of a sudden these storylines, and, you know, was she cheating on me the whole time, and whatever else craziness comes up in your head, you know, more reasons to say, well, you know, she fucked up, and I'm just, you know, this poor Lawrence. Poor Lawrence. You know, woe is me, Lawrence. And it's absolutely not true.
Yeah. So, yeah, he need to get his fucking life together. Go get a shape up, nigga. That's some real furniture. You know why your life in shambles? Because you ain't got nothing comfortable to lay on. Who wants to sit on a folding chair all night, dog?
You need some furniture.
Your ass
and you
hates
know,
you, sir.
That's kind of like, that shows you too how you know, fickle he is. Why can't you just really, like, truly move on and get some furniture, get settled in a new place? It's kind of like, you know, he feels like that's even temporary. Go to IKEA, homie.
Yeah, they got good furniture, better than that folding shit. So they got furniture you can't slide under your bed that you probably don't even have. You sleeping on a blow up that you blow up yourself. They don't even got no batteries for it.
Have a bed? Like, that's...
He got a bed. He got the cheap blow up from Walmart. $15 for the twin size. Knowing he a full size nigga. Don't make no sense. Feet just hanging all off. Get your life together, my nigga. So Issa in her Hoe-tation mode. Issa. Okay, first off, that fucking Nessa show is back. Thank God, because I love that show. We only see 4 seconds of it when it's in an episode, but it's the best fucking 4 seconds. Like, so clearly her and Massa is getting it on, and like she's enjoying it. Okay, so it's not like slave rape. She's actually like into Massa. They love each other.
Wow.
And Massa says to her, she said, "Why you let Mistress shave you?" And Massa said, "Oh, Nessa, she only trimmed the tree. I'll let you tend the bush." And and then Nessa says, "Oh," and in the background you see her getting down on her knees
Yes.
to unzip his pants. And that's when Daniel is like, "Man, this show is fucking awful." And it is. It's the most terrible soap opera slave show that you could put on television. But I need that shit to exist for real.
I'm gonna need a full narrative at the end of the season. If the season ends without ending Nessa, I'm gonna be upset.
Supposedly they actually did write like 13, as many episodes of this season they did for Insecure. They have that many episodes of the Nessa show.
I need the Nessa show.
Wow.
I need you to put that out on the internet. They got the We Got Y'all website out. So I know y'all can put this shit out for us.
What is the show called? Due North? They need to put
Yes.
Due North out, yo. I love that name. Fucking Due North, dog. So yeah, I just need to see that. See more of that shit. So this episode kicks off with Issa and Freida situation. Where Freida is the woke nigga. What is happening? Why is Freida the woke one? And I am super fucking surprised that Twitter did not break down over her definition of racism coming from a white person.
Yeah.
Because holy shit, I have said that same shit on our podcast, and the next day I got niggas like vehemently unsubscribing from the podcast. Because they truly believe that black people or people of color cannot be racist. And they are only going by the systematic part of the definition. They completely left the whole not liking a race part out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cause like somebody said that, I said, if you're going to go definition, you can say this person can't be racist, but you can say they could be prejudiced or something like that.
If you want to
But,
argue like semantics, sure.
Yeah, like and like you said, that is arguing semantics. If we're talking about when we say racism, we are saying all of us are understanding this is a one person not liking another race. Now, when you get into the power stuff, that's all different. But this dude at the school has all the boxes checked.
Bruh, he has all the
I don't
power.
like another race. I got all the power, and I'm using that power to keep the other race
to keep
check.
kids at a disadvantage based on their fucking race. Like he's racist.
He's checking all the boxes.
He's fucking racist. And she hit her with, I love the way they did this. Issa hit her with the most lazy black people can't be racist like that response. Like even she didn't believe that shit when she said it. Cause she was like, oh, you just gonna get all like textbook on me? You just gonna hit me with the definition?
And we gotta remember, like, all the white people at We Got Y'all are like just different. They're all different caricatures of white people.
They're so prejudiced, though.
You know what I mean? They're all just different people. You have the two, that's sitting there who are from pretty much well-to-do privileged backgrounds and think that they are doing the greatest of stuff because they're giving some of their time to underprivileged kids. And then giving to underprivileged kids makes them so great. Have y'all visited the We Got Y'all website?
No.
You got to visit the We Got Y'all website because they have bios for all of them. And the bios they fit each person to a T. So like each of them had a thing. But like Freida is she's the white woman that is well-meaning, well-to-do. When she gets into something, she has her worldview, and when she gets into there, it starts to be challenged. But she's open to opening up and learning, and that's what she's been doing. And Issa's been kind of that person to help her because she's genuine. Like it was genuine. I don't know, and I want to learn more. So when the stuff first started happening, you see her hearing it. You see her look at Issa. As in, like, are you hearing this too? Because she's like, I want to make sure, like, I'm not
overreacting, just
making an assumption off of just my plain worldview. Like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to throw it back. So then when she's like, okay, maybe I heard, so maybe I'm assuming something. But then when she heard the multiple things, and then him only bringing in the black kids of 85% Hispanic
school, it's 85% Hispanic. Yes,
you know what I mean. Like after that, then she know, like, no, okay, no, I'm right. I'm not just hearing this, I'm not just assuming this. And then she's like, so I'm going to my friend who I know has been open to this with me. I know we talked about it. I know she will see it too. And then every time she doesn't see, or just literally, not even just doesn't see it, just dismisses her. She's sitting there like, wow. Like, really?
So I'm here, and here we go with the We Got Y'all site. Mission statement.
The bios are great.
I got it. So mission statement. Our mission is to help young people construct bright futures by providing after-school programs that focus on building life skills and improving academic performance. Our vision is that with our educational and emotional support, like the rose that grew from the concrete, these undeserved youths will flourish in their communities and beyond. Undeserved.
They're so great.
What?
Wow.
They're so great. I'm telling you, man. The website is so great.
About us. We Got Y'all is an award-winning after-school multidisciplinary program for undeserved. Oh my God. For underserved. Okay, I keep saying undeserved. It's underserved. My bad, y'all.
That's what I said. That is bold.
Oh my God. One letter difference changes that whole meaning, yo. Underserved middle school and high school students. Our all-star team of youth liaisons strive to furnish our students with life skills and academic habits to help them succeed in a world that, to this point, has not supported them. We feel intimately connected to the idea that to have and to give to others is a nobler sacrifice than to never have had at all. Author unknown. So we give of ourselves unconditionally to do our part in shaping America's future. We believe every child deserves a chance to be brilliant, and we want our students to realize that there's more out there for them. They are not limited by their surroundings or status because every child is capable of thriving. As the late spiritual poet Biggie reminds us, we remind our kids, sky is the limit, and you know that you can have what you want, be what you want.
Wow.
We recognize how crucial it is to use a more holistic approach with working with young people. So each youth in our program builds meaningful relationships with our staff as they develop various academic and life skills, set goals, and complete community service projects. With core values like these, it's no wonder our students are ready to succeed because whatever they need, we got them. Program services: tutoring, computer-based literacy learning, college counseling, career counseling, standardized test coaching, PSAT and SAT prep courses, life skills and character building lessons, etiquette tutorials and job interview prep, multicultural history appreciation outings, mentoring relationships, community service projects and initiatives, green conscious lifestyle training, sports and recreation, including swim lessons, field trips. Our staff.
I'm telling you, go down.
Let's go by the.
Every bio fits the person so well.
So let's go by the staff. We'll start with Issa. And we'll actually do this as we talk about these next scenes, because each of these staff members comes into play this episode. Issa has been with We Got Y'all since 2011. She was excited to get the job right after college, eager to work with young people and become active in the community she grew up in. Originally from Windsor Hills, Issa loves that We Got Y'all is based in South LA and feels it's important to encourage her students to appreciate their own communities while also discovering their full potential beyond. Issa believes that exposing young people to the arts is a great way to broaden their horizons, and above all, hopes her work with We Got Y'all will make a difference in the lives of students who may lack a traditional support system both in school and at home. Education. Majored in comparative studies. What the fuck? In race and ethnicity at Stanford. Favorite music: Frank Ocean, Drake, Rihanna. Favorite movie: of course it's Love and Basketball. Set It Off. Ideal Saturday: a great lunch with friends followed by a relaxing pool party, then a late night froyo run to Jam's Creamery. Life goal: to help others, be a good person, and find happiness. Fun fact: speaks fluent French. Favorite quote: change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. Barack Obama. Freida has been a youth liaison.
You skipping Joanne, man.
I'm not skipping Joanne. I'm not skipping Joanne. Trust me, I'm not skipping Joanne. These were the two main people from this corporation for this episode. I'm not skipping Joanne though. Freida has been a youth liaison for We Got Y'all since 2015. Originally from Virginia, Freida grew up with an appreciation for helping those around her, but it wasn't until she got to college and went on a life-changing alternative spring break trip to work with impoverished students in Belize that Freida realized she wanted to make a career out of service and discovered her love for empanadas.
Spring breaks are real too. They're so great. They were
and discovered her love for empanadas. Inspired by the experience, Freida dove headfirst into volunteer work throughout the rest of her college career, Realizing how many opportunities there were in her own backyard, she decided her multicultural education major and began focusing on the unfair plight of inner city kids, determined to make a difference in the lives of underprivileged students. Freida is so grateful for the We Got Y'all organization and is thankful to all the fellow staff members and all of their amazing students. Education, master's degree in multicultural education from UC Berkeley. Favorite music, Lilith Fair, Live, and anything by Jewel. Oh my God. Favorite
She looks
movie.
like it.
He's too fucking young to be a
Dangerous
Jewel fan.
Minds.
Favorite movie, Dangerous Minds,
Dangerous
and
Minds.
everything by Ingmar Bergman.
Nigga.
What happened to Freedom? She's not a Freedom Writers fan? Ideal Saturday, a balanced one with some work, some fun, some great company, and some delicious tea. That's balanced. Life goal, to better the lives of children around the world. Wow. Fun fact, has 2 cats, Luke Sky Whiskers and Tracy Catman. Nope. Favorite quote.
Tracy Catman.
Yes.
Greatness.
Favorite quote. May your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. Nelson Mandela. I hate when people just quote random niggas that they would have never met ever. Okay, so and we'll do Joanne since that is who is leading this meeting. Joanne began her career of service after waking from the most meaningful dream of her entire life.
It's so great.
As she was enjoying a peaceful picnic of tea and delicate finger foods in a Baobab Cove off the coast of Madagascar, the late great Martin Luther King Jr. came to her and asked her life's most persistent and urgent question. What are you doing for others? Upon waking,
she was high as fuck when she wrote this.
Upon waking, Joanne knew immediately that it was time for her to be the change she wished to see in the world. She left her job as a drum circle guide and began her career
A drum circle guide
in the nonprofit world, which means she went from one nonprofit world to another nonprofit world.
She's a drum circle guy.
Spending time with various organizations before founding We Got Y'all in 2005. Joanne is extremely proud of the work that We Got Y'all does and is incredibly grateful to all the donors and contributors who gives them themselves to help. We Got Y'all achieve its full potential. She hopes to continue to inspire her staff members to maximize their impact within a classroom for many years to come. Education. Masters in Education from UCLA. Favorite music, Bruce Springsteen, Melissa Etheridge, NWA. Favorite movie, The First Wives Club. Ideal Saturday, waking up with the sun, then spending the day in reflection and harmony. Life goal, to know even one life has breathed easier because she has lived. Fun fact, has seen The Boss in concert over 200 times. Favorite quote, darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Martin Luther King Jr. So they get into this meeting shit, and they're reenacting this scenario where they have a child who is not reciprocating, I guess, and they want to try to reach the child, and what methods or what questions they might ask this child to help them open up and confide in them.
No. What might be going on
or
that's
figure
keeping
out
that child?
Well, it's like they suggest things, but Ken, who's I'll read next, is just like, what did he ask them if there's something going on with if their parents are part of an organization? What was he asking if they were in a gang?
Yeah.
What is that what he was asking?
Yes.
I would.
And then the other girl brought up like, when they pregnant, right? Like,
yeah, we're gonna get to her next. I'm gonna start with Ken, who asked about the gang affiliation by asking if their parents were part of any organizations. Ken, originally from Cape Cod, Massachusetts, Ken joined WGY. That's how lazy he is. He won't even type out "We Got Y'all" in 2012 after great success in his first career as a coming-of-age novelist. What? Ken has published 3 novels, one of which made Oprah's book club. Well, it was mentioned on a podcast once that was also discussed at Oprah's book club. Well, it has a similar title to a book that was once a runner-up for Oprah's book club. before deciding that he needed to change the scenery and to broaden his horizons in pursuit of his craft. All great writers know that to create, you must experience. So Ken joined WGY for inspiration for a new book, but stayed around when he realized how desperately the organization needed him. Did you know they used to throw ugly sweater holiday parties before he got there? So 2008. Education. Double majored in English and classical studies at Sarah Lawrence. Favorite music. The 3 Bs. Britney, Beyonce, Barbara. Nigga, get the fuck out of here. Favorite music. Favorite movie, Titanic. Ideal Saturday. Anything that involves tapas, a Glenn Close movie, and his Yorkie, Lucille. Life goal. Write a novel that Hillary Clinton reads in the bathtub. Fun fact. Sings alto and a raspy tenor in any choir you put him in. Favorite quote. Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. Ralph Waldo Emerson. All these people quoting people that they don't understand at all. So which one was the one that asked if they were pregnant? Was that Kitty?
Yes.
I feel like that was Kitty because I feel like Patricia
the other
just didn't
girl
want to be
confirmed,
bothered.
like, yeah, they're usually always pregnant and stuff like that.
Yes. So Kitty suggested that they might be pregnant because they're probably pregnant. And here's Kitty's. Kitty has been with WGY since 2014 and is so proud to be answering the call to help the less fortunate. She grew up in Connecticut, Gold Coast, Ola, with her parents and amazing adopted little sister, Emily. What? Why'd you just say with my family?
Wait, it gets better.
Kitty is so grateful to have Emily in her life, who came all the way from South Korea to teach her how lucky she is to be an American and to have all the opportunities she has. Kitty gets through her toughest days by remembering that everything she does for Emily and for all of the children around the world who are growing up with less than they need and deserve. It's for the kids. What? None of that is about her. Education.
Mm.
Psychology degree from Boston University. Favorite music, Lumineers. Fro. Tegan and Sarah. That doesn't surprise me at all. She looks like a Tegan and Sarah fan. Favorite movie, Emily? Sure. Ideal Saturday, vintage store shopping with grandma. What? Sequine cardigans for life, followed by karaoke with Ken. Shania Twain duets, yes please. I hate when people say yes please like that. Life goal, be remembered for all the lives I've changed. Wait, did she copy that? Fun fact. Kitty keeps a 365 days of gratitude list to stay grounded and present. And because she heard gratitude is good for your skin.
Wow.
Favorite quote. Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. Albert Einstein. Only a life lived for others is,
I'm just tripping just the intricate parts of every last person. On this site, it's crazy.
I was reading them, and when I read that shit, it's like if she really loves her little sister Emily, her adopted little sister Emily. I was reading to my girl. My girl said that the girl Asian. Then I got to the next sentence. Emily is from South Korea. I was like, how do you know that? She said, because the white women always love Asian babies.
The definition that Freida gave for racism, for anybody who was wondering from before, was racism is about having the power to manipulate a situation against someone else. To which Issa responds, oh, so you just gonna be literal?
Yeah, it was. Like, she Issa has never, and every time she's bringing up, she's never said that girl is wrong. Nope. Issa knows what to do it, and she knows Freida's right.
Yeah.
But she's just trying to be like, I want to be in this school, and that's it.
So Freida asked her, so you're saying I can't call out one? One referring to a person of color who is displaying racist actions. And Issa responds, kind of. And Freida says that's not fair, to which Issa says, well, life isn't fair, which I don't agree, which I agree with. Like that whole turn of the conversation, like Freida saying that's not fair, that's not the way to go with that conversation as a white woman talking about a person of color being racist. the last thing you want to say out your mouth is something's not fair. Because that will completely block any further discussion that maybe could have helped y'all come to terms on this and get on the same page, especially if it's a super fucking woke black person or just a militant Hotepish black person or a black person. Just really don't be the white woman that says to a black person, especially a black woman, that's not fair. Because you're not going to like what you hear next.
At all.
Episode could have went that way, but it didn't. Now, when they do cut back, that's where we get the statements like, let's see, are they old enough to get pregnant? Because they're probably pregnant. And that came from Kitty. And then there was Issa's response, which her and Freida kind of went back and forth. Well, Issa's response was straight up, why don't you just ask them what's wrong? Which I agreed with. Freida's response was, it wasn't what it was. It was very, I took a summer trip to save babies in Africa response. It's not a bad thing. Just typical white shit. Let's see. Patricia is who Freida goes to be partners with. I'll read hers in a second. But when Freida reads to her from the card, the scenario, Patricia responds with, dreams aren't meant to be achieved. That's why they're called dreams. Otherwise, they'd be called reality. Oh, fuck her. She's awful. And not lying. She's an administrative assistant. She's been here a very long time. And her profile is easily the shortest. It says, why? It says, Patricia, administrative assistant. Her profile. Why are we doing this? Check out my blog, 10 Don't, chronicling my trials and tribulations of Tinder dating. He calls it 10 Don't. I post screenshots of idiotic Tinder profiles and then recap the terrible dates those losers take me on. Hey men, do better. Education, no. Favorite music, no. Favorite movie, no. Ideal Saturday, no. Life goal, go yachting with Rihanna. Fun fact, no. Favorite quote, do we get paid extra for this? That is her profile. And the person that Issa partners up with, who was with her when they went to the beach with the black kids, is Sarah, who is a youth liaison. Sarah is completely uninterested in his job at all, but she's there because it pays a bill. Sarah says, Sarah grew up in San Diego, Cali girl, and has worked at We Got Y'all since 2015. She always thought she'd be a doctor, like both of her parents, until she realized that's a lot of school. Plus, not everyone wants to be bled on for a living. Dad. Sarah loves to spend her free time. She wrote this like her parents was going to read this shit. Sarah loves to spend her free time hanging with her squad and going on adventures, and is so grateful that her work at We Got Y'all keeps her grounded. She thinks everyone ought to have this sort of balance in their life because she knows firsthand how easy it is, how easy it can be to get caught up in a life of luxury. Staying humble is difficult, but she works very hard at it. You know what? This spoiled little brat. Education, 2 years at UC Santa Barbara. Favorite music, Kesha, The Weeknd, John Mayer.
Wow.
Favorite movie, Spice World. Go fuck yourself. Ideal Saturday, brunch. Hotel pool, rosé. Okay. Somebody spoiled. Life goal, live every day like it's Sunday fun day. All right. Back to the show. Fuck out of here. So, let's see. Issa.
All that was foolishness.
Yeah, it was. After Issa gets basically told off by Freida, she decides to call up her brother. Her brother keeps it 100% for as long as he was on the phone with her, which was all of like 8 seconds. She calls him talking about, remember that time I was friends with that white girl and it was at that sleepover, and she told me that at the end of Aladdin, there was a sex scene or some shit. And I told her, no, there wasn't, because before I got there, I had fast forwarded to the end of Aladdin. So I knew I was telling the truth, but she was telling me that she was still telling me a lie, and I knew it was a lie. And her brother was like, why are we talking about Aladdin and little white girls right now? And Issa said, because somebody told me I'm wrong and I know I'm right. Something she mentions the disadvantaged kids, or like that the dude was, that she was alienating a specific group of kids, and he was like, well, why are you alienating a specific group of kids? And I can't remember exactly what she did fucking say that he said she said, to which she responded, I didn't say that shit, nigga. I will remember if I said that shit. And then she said to him, never say never, nigga. How about that? And hung up the phone. What is happening?
They need more screen time together.
She's losing her fucking mind. She's losing her fucking mind. Let's see. Neighbor Bay gonna get Issa fired, dog, cause he asking her for titty pictures, and she getting caught by Kitty in the bathroom talking about she's screening for cancer.
Yeah.
Did he actually ask, or did he just say, she was like, I'm bored, and he was like, show me how bored or something?
I mean, I guess that's asking in Neighbor Bay terms.
Because it didn't seem like when she was, I was like, okay, I don't think he seen for you like going for the titties, but go ahead.
I don't know. But why was she standing right in front of the mirror in an open door bathroom taking a titty shot picture?
I mean, you could at least go to the stall.
That's all she had to do.
I mean,
women's restrooms, I assume, are full of just stalls, right?
Yes.
yes.
Okay, so why did she just go sit in you can sit down and take a picture of your titties and it still look like you're standing up. Why did she just go do that?
I don't.
Did she need to
Sometimes
see
Issa
herself
does
taking a
things.
picture of herself? Oh my
Sometimes
God.
Issa does things I don't understand, and I'm like, but
No.
girl.
Oh, and shout out to the meeting food at We Got Y'all. It looked like trash.
It was their retreat.
Yeah, it looked like trash.
I love that, your retreat. Which was like, so we gotta work without getting paid.
That's what it was, and those were the most terrible looking taco ingredients I've ever seen. Oh, that shit look dry. It look nasty. Oh, time to go home. Issa did go on a date with her Latin Tinder dude. I thought that was an interestingly placed like date in this episode, cause she didn't actually like pull a Mary Jane and fuck the dude. Not cause she didn't want to. He had to go to, he had an early flight. So I couldn't tell if he was feeling her really or not.
Yeah, I don't know. Like what he, if he like really liked her, or it got clouded by the fact that she was giving up vagina.
I know one thing, her breaking the fourth wall shit for this scene is ridiculous. Like her, are you good with your hands or are you better with your dick? The stuff she says in her fucking head while she's supposed to be listening and having a conversation is just so out there, yo. She can't help but be quirky as fuck.
Yeah. But this is Issa, I guess at this point of the breakup where she feels like, she doesn't have any feelings. She can just go on these dates, get as much dick as she wants, and then it's
and be
fine.
Quirky as fuck. Is basically what I'm hearing. Just being fucking quirky. They're out on dates with him, having DC versus Marvel debates. And just getting her dinners paid for. Like shit is just mad fucking weird. So her and Daniel have been getting it in since they linked up at the Great Fingering last episode. And they back together. They all booed up. Well, he booed up. She not booed up. And he not on the same page. And he doesn't get on the same page till after the crash. She looking at a dick pic.
Yeah.
Crashes into a car. and basically totaled her car is what it looks like.
And she was supposed to meet Daniel at the studio.
It's weird though, right? Like she keeps talking about how great her Hoe-tation is going. But this shit ain't really working out for her either if you just told her your vehicle getting a dick pic from Tenders. And you done fell right back in with the nigga that you broke off, that you ended up messing up your relationship over. Like, I feel like for her, he's just an easy grab. Because he's into her like that. I don't know why he's so fucking into her like that, but he is into her like that.
I don't know what it is either.
Like my man was clearly working on a session. About to make a dope ass beat. I heard the first couple bars, she was about to be fire. And then Issa's like, I crashed my car, can you come get me? And he like, yo, where you at, baby? You on the side of the road line dead? She's like, no, I just crashed my car. All right, girl, I'm bringing in the Nightingale. All right, we're gonna save you, girl. We're gonna get you out of there. I'm just standing on the side of the street. I'm on my way. He shows up. He runs up and gives her out of all your body parts still intact hug. And that's when she realized it's more than just dick.
Yeah.
She asks him, we cool? He says, yeah, we cool. And she says, we cool? And he's like, oh, I guess we cold? And she was like, yeah, we cold. And then he didn't even open the door. You know he wanted to open that door for her, right? When they walked back to get in the car. He wanted to walk over there, open that door, but he remembered they just dick buddies.
He's like, oh, you got that?
Yeah, let me check these feelings in.
Right. Let me stop being let me stop being nice to you now. Since you just the beat up girl. We'll have you're the Weekend, and that's pretty much what it is. Or I'm the Weekend. Actually, he's the Weekend. Poor Daniel.
Yeah, he's the Weekend.
He's the Weekend. They really should have played some SZA the Weekend at the end of this episode, or at least during that scene. That would have fit perfectly. I felt bad for the man because you could see his jaw drop in his like expressionless face when this went down.
Why you say expressionless? Like,
because he didn't really react. He tried to keep that. He tried to hold that. Oh, I'm cool. Face. But he wasn't cool. He was hurt. Like she broke that man right there. He thought they had something. So I'm pretty sure next episode, him and Issa this is gonna fall apart in 27 minutes. And somehow Lawrence is gonna get back up in somewhere. I don't know yet. I don't know how this is gonna work. I don't know how this is gonna work. I just know this fucking show needs to bring back more Kelly and more Chad. And Tasha better not be gone.
I think, Tasha will be back. I don't know at what capacity, but I feel like she'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody who watches the show said something. Wouldn't it be crazy if Issa and Lawrence get back together and Tasha ends up pregnant? That'd be like the last.
Caresses
episode.
beard and yes. Yeah, I would appreciate that very much if that happened.
Mm-hmm.
That would be very realistic.
It would be.
Season 3 baby mama drama. Mm-hmm.
It would be, definitely.
Is it cheaper to keep them?
Is it cheaper to keep them?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Damn right. Damn right. I'm ready. I hope they do it, man, because like I said, this show is just really doing very well writing these characters and sticking to their guns about how they're writing them and not listening to the fucking audience who don't know what the hell they talking about when they start complaining about stuff in this show instead of just watching the show the way it is, like the way it's written. She's got a genius writing team and a genius directing team. Let them work. And the music this episode was also really good. Like, let them work. It's fucking phenomenal. So that's it, y'all. Insecure season 2, episode 5. hella shook. We will
How
holler
many
at y'all.
episodes are there?
I don't know.
8?
Is it 8?
It was, I think it was 8 last year.
I think we
I don't know
finished
if
in
they
like
got
3
more or
weeks
not.
anyway, so that sounds about right. I know it finished mid-September. So that sounds about accurate. That it would be 3 episodes. So let's just say we have 3 episodes to go. And we'll have fun going there. So we will holler at y'all next time. Shout out, please retweet the podcast. Let people know that we be reviewing this shit in the most ratchetest way possible. And go check out wegotyall.com, man. It is a very, very well done site for a fake television show organization. Like, I like how they have home box office copyrighted at the bottom and not HBO.
I mean, if they have that TV show, what is it, the Nesta TV show on?
That shit needs to be up here.
It's accurate.
Yeah. Yeah,
then
but this
I'm
was
not
good.
surprised, but kudos for them for that.
And them actually using pictures from the show of the kids on the site as if those are real pictures of them working with undeserved or underserved kids. Yeah.
Oh.
So, all right, y'all. We'll holler at you next week. Send us emails, podcast@wisdom40acres.com. Let us know what you think about our Insecure reviews. Leave a 5-star review on iTunes. Leave a review for us in the podcast group. If you're in the podcast group, let us know if we missed something that you wish we talked about, and maybe we'll cover it next week. And also, go ahead and start watching Survivor's Remorse, because with Game of Thrones wrapping up this coming Sunday, we're going to have to fill that spot. And Survivor's Remorse first episode of the season was very fucking good. And I'm glad this show is back. It is egregiously underrated. So let's get it popping over there at Stars with Survivor's Remorse. Holla at y'all next time. Where's my 40 Acres podcast? Where's40acres.com. Insecure reviews at HBO. And we're going. Peace.